did do me wow. Scatter my intana. Revion sala oh. No killing me kitana oh. Jacala bisawa.
I know you're waiting around hastily to you. In my Panamera. Hola, hola, oh. I'm levitating, I feel like to see when you whisper na kupenda. The thing you put for this your dollar. Got my heart and my soul on love. And I wanna go crazy with you. Through the night till the sun come on. Let's do it all, do it all.
Gentle glow. Every step she takes into love's embrace beneath the moon. In her eyes the stars align. Songs of strength, love intertwined.
I'm levitating, I feel ecstasy when you whisper na kupenda. Waiting you put for this your love. It got my heart and my soul on lock. And I wanna go crazy with you till the light to the sun come up. Let's do it all for love. Cause multiple any kokoro. I never wanna lose this. To you I belong. This must be love. You did do me wow. Scatter my intana. Revion sala oh. No killing me kitana oh. Jacala bisawa.
I know you're waiting around hastily to you. In my Panamera. Hola, hola, oh. I'm levitating, I feel like to see when you whisper na kupenda. The thing you put for this your dollar. Got my heart and my soul on love. And I wanna go crazy with you. Through the night till the sun come on. Let's do it all, do it all.
Gentle glow. Every step she takes into love's embrace beneath the moon. In her eyes the stars align. Songs of strength, love intertwined.
I'm levitating, I feel ecstasy when you whisper na kupenda. Waiting you put for this your love. It got my heart and my soul on lock. And I wanna go crazy with you till the light to the sun come up. Let's do it all for love. Cause multiple any kokoro. I never wanna lose this. To you I belong. This must be love. You did do me wow. Scatter my intana. Revion sala oh. No killing me kitana oh. Jacala bisawa.
I know you're waiting around hastily to you. In my Panamera. Hola, hola, oh. I'm levitating, I feel like to see when you whisper na kupenda. The thing you put for this your dollar. Got my heart and my soul on love. And I wanna go crazy with you. Through the night till the sun come on. Let's do it all, do it all.
gentle glow. Every step she takes into love's embrace beneath the moon. In her eyes, the stars align. Songs of strength, love intertwined.
I'm levitating, I feel ecstasy when you whisper nakupenda. Waiting you put for this your love. It got my heart and my soul on lock. And I wanna go crazy with you till the light to the sun come up. Let's do it all for love. Cause multiple any kokoro. I never wanna lose this. To you I belong. This must be love. You did do me wow. Scatter my intana. Craving your insala. No killing me kitana. Jakala bisawa.
I know you're waiting around hastily to you. In my Panamera, hola, hola, oh. I'm levitating, I feel like to see when you whisper nakupenda. The thing you put for this, your love. Got my heart and my soul on love. And I wanna go crazy with you through the night till the sun come on. Let's do it all, do it all.
Today marks the culmination of your hard work,
Hi.
the perseverance
My name is
and determination.
My name is Juanita Minyampong.
My name is Aferi Dako Papaya.
My name is Jeff Yoseteria. I got interested in doing engineering in SHS when I joined the Robotics Club. There I was introduced to the Arduino, which can be used to make a lot of cool DIY projects. I decided to do biomedical engineering because I wanted to mix my biology knowledge with engineering.
Also, I'm studying biomedical engineering because I want to work in the tissue engineering space, which has to do with the creation of organs.
I chose biomedical engineering because of its opportunities in the healthcare, because you get to go into the technological field of healthcare.
Here at Academicity, there are great facilities and outstanding teachers.
I chose Academic City because of its advancements in its education and also the opportunity to get both academically and not academically.
I came to Academic City because of the numerous things I heard about them, especially their practical labs, which I think will help me a lot.
My reason for choosing Academic City is because I believe the school offers a holistic education as well as a world-class education, which helps you to become an all-rounded person. At the end of my 4-year program here at Academic City, I expect to come up with something different and something innovative to help people, especially those with disabilities, so they can live normal lives like the rest of us.
With our biomedical engineering program, you are guaranteed of a holistic, hands-on, world-class education, which prepares you to be future-ready to contribute to the entrepreneurship and innovation in the biomedical engineering space.
The perseverance and determination. Remember that you can carry with you the values and education that Academic City has instilled. Embrace the challenges ahead with confidence, pursue your passions relentlessly, and never forget the responsibility you have to give back to your community and shape a better world. Together, we can build a brighter future for Ghana and beyond. Today marks the culmination of your hard work, the perseverance and determination. Remember that you can carry with you the values and education that Academic City has instilled. Embrace the challenges ahead with confidence, pursue your passions relentlessly, and never forget the responsibility you have to give back to your community and shape a better world. Together, we can build a brighter future for Ghana and beyond. Today marks the culmination of your hard work, the perseverance and determination. Remember that you can carry with you the values and education that Academic City has instilled. Embrace the challenges ahead with confidence, pursue your passions relentlessly, and never forget the responsibility you have to give back to your community and shape a better world. Together, we can build a brighter future for Ghana and beyond. Today marks the culmination of your hard work, the perseverance and determination. Remember that you can carry with you the values and education that Academic City has instilled. Embrace the challenges ahead with confidence, pursue your passions relentlessly, and never forget the responsibility you have to give back to your community and shape a better world. Together, we can build a brighter future for Ghana and beyond. Today marks the culmination.
As a matter of fact, the news
At Academic City, we are not just students.
We are problem solvers, innovators, and future-ready leaders.
Excitement and enthusiasm at the time when the focus of the government is emphasizing.
We power the future and create groundbreaking technologies, ready to tackle real-world challenges head-on. In a world driven by technology, we shape the digital landscape, transforming challenges into opportunities. At the core of strategic thinking and decision-making, we thrive in the dynamic realm of commerce. We evolve into leaders who not only speak, but stand for what's right, forging narratives and stirring the conscience of the world. Embark on a journey with us, where innovation meets education.
But also
Academic City,
with the global
educating
human
future-ready
resources
leaders.
demands. The establishment of Academic City to provide these innovative programs that will churn out well-equipped graduates to become relevant and competitive in the job market cannot be overemphasized.
And this A-City will be one such city which would create the best of minds in Pan-African countries.
The focus and original core mandate of Academic City University College is raising engineers, scientists, inventors, men and women who have the productive 21st century skills that will solve some of the complex challenges we have in Ghana and the world beyond.
So I'm challenging you, Professor and Academic City, to move and help Ghana move into digital manufacturing, and we will create more jobs and more incomes.
And we are excited that Academic City University College has come to be established, focusing not only on raising people with skills to thrive, but people with the skills to break glass ceilings and people to venture into the unknowns, focusing on artificial intelligence, robotics, and such relevant skills that
Faculty Assistant to Biomedical Engineering Department. But for tonight, I will be your MC. To give us an official welcome address, a more welcoming one, with a round of applause, help me welcome on stage our marketing manager, Nelly, to do us the honors.
Wendy has stolen all of my talking points for tonight. Not even sure what to say. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Academic City. I'm so glad to see all of you here. We do not take for granted that you decided to spend the evening here, especially our parents. I know after a long day of work, you probably just want to rest. But because you are invested in the future of your children, you will be here. And we don't take that for granted. Thank you very much. So, I'm actually here on behalf of Lorna Forte. Some of you may know her, admissions manager, and she's giving me very strict talking points for the welcome address. So, forgive me as I go through them. So, on behalf of the president, faculty, staff, students of Academic City, I want to officially welcome you here. Tonight, I hope that you get to see a community that is deeply invested in the success of your students.
into our Tech and Entrepreneurship Center, where we enable you to build prototypes, and now we are able to connect you to incubators that are able to
enable you do businesses like Goliath Robotics. I pray that you are able to imagine yourselves coming on campus one day, just as the many graduation videos we've shown, in excitement, running to hug your awards for 4 years of good work. And I hope that you are convinced at the end of this that Academic City is the right place for you. So without much further ado, I will officially say welcome once more, and thank you so much for your time.
So what was the tagline Nelly mentioned? Anyone? The tagline for ACT? Nelly and Kayo, you don't remember? So educating future-ready leaders, am I right? So when I say ACT, we say educating future-ready leaders. ACT. 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 Thank you very much. And I always say that a university is nothing without the students. The students are the reason we are here. We are here to convince our parents to bring, I see beautiful, beautiful, beautiful young people here. And the hope is that come September or come next intake, I get to see each and every one of you, hopefully in the biomedical engineering department. I didn't say anything. So we are going to have a session, and this session is very important because we get to hear from the students. We get to hear from them. We didn't tell them what they're coming to say here. Everything they are coming to say here is from their hearts, their personal experiences, and what they aspire to achieve after graduating from this prestigious institution. In no particular order, I would like to welcome on stage Emanuela. Forgive me if I murder your name. Emanuela Uridia, Computer Science. Let's give a round of applause. Can we have Papa Afadu Danfo, Electricals and Electronic Engineering? Papa, okay. I see Doreen. Doreen, can you join us? Electricals and Electronic Engineering as well. We have Alfred Ikechukwu. Alfred, great. And finally, let's have Hashish. I'm sorry. I think we can do better with the round of applause. So quickly, they'll take us through their reflections as Academic City University students. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Papa Afro. I'm a first-year electrical engineering student here at Academic City. A reflection on my journey in Academic City would be a shift in how I look at education. Growing up, not to brag, but I've been the top student in my class all the time. But when I came here, I looked at me being first differently. Because if I'm always memorizing what I get from the book, write the exams, and then the results coming in first, it doesn't really mean anything. I'm not making any change. When I came here, I learned that everything that I learn should translate into the life that we are living. I should be able to have elements of everything that I'm studying, changing how I live my life. Now, when I go about my day and I see something and then it's strange, I just look at it, and what comes to mind is, how can I solve this problem that I'm seeing with the things that I'm learning in school? If this thing that I'm seeing looks inefficient, how can I apply a different material or a different system to make it more efficient. And that's how I've been thinking lately. Moving on to the next person.
Okay, good evening everyone once again. My name is Ikechukwu Alfred. As already introduced, I offer robotics engineering and I'm currently in my second year. If I were to describe my academic experience so far, it would be one word, just wow. It has been a lot. So from the classrooms to extracurricular, academic has been very challenging, but not in the way that you feel like giving up, in the way that it pushes you to want to learn more or do better than what you've done before. I will not say academics has never been my strong suit, but I am learning. So in academic city, I think one of the biggest things I've learned is asking for help. I am still very bad at it, but I think I'm getting better at it. And also, the extracurricular and academic city has been very engaging. So whether you are doing things on campus, like for me, I work with the media team most of the time, or doing internship outside of academic city, it has all aspects of academic city is very educative and very engaging. So I think currently my best experience or my most memorable experience in academic city is not even in school, it has been outside of school. So over the summer break, I got to work on a farm. Yes, I know, a farm, it sounds very weird, like why would an engineering student be on a farm? But I got to work on a farm called Agro Kings, and it's more of a mechanized farm. So I got to work with drones and tractors, and it was very strange at first because in my mind, oh, I'm doing robotics engineering. I don't need to know about how some tractor somewhere is tilling the soil. But after spending 2-3 months on the farm, I got to learn that the knowledge we acquire is not all for what we see on TV with the polished robotics and robots saving lives. Robots save lives, or like the things we learn can be applied in so many ways. Even seeing the drones that were able to lift people or even lift bags of rice or bags of seeds just to spread over fields, that was very enlightening for me, even being on the farm. So yes, it may not directly be what I was expecting in that field, but it was definitely very enlightening, and I think that kind of opportunity is what you get being here at Academic City. So you get opportunity to see things or try and explore things in your field that you didn't originally have ideas about. And also, I think probably the biggest thing for me at Academic City is probably the family. So right now I have multiple mothers because I am an international student. I am originally from Nigeria, but being at Academic City, I feel at home every single day. Whether it's Dean Abby chasing me up and down, or whenever she sees me, she'll be like, oh, so Alfred, you're dogging me. So I have mothers everywhere. Dr. Lucy too is here. She has been my mother since level 100. So I have family, I have people I can run to. I have my elder brother over here, Sammy. I have Nelly over there, who's also my mother. So I have people around. I have family who I feel like I can always go to whenever I need help with anything or whenever I am struggling. So I think for me personally, that has been the biggest highlight of my ACT experience.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Huria Heather Hashmi. I am a level 300 computer science student. I'm Pakistani. The first time I heard about Academic City was in my high school, Accra Girls. And the team left a really good impression. I was curious, so curious that I reached out to my friends, my teachers, said, please, I want to apply to this university. And then I applied. After that, they hosted a shadow day program, which I attended. And by the end of it, I was like, I have to be here. I can't be anywhere else. So I applied to other universities, but then I rejected that offer because I wanted to be here. And with strong grades, a seamless admission process, it was so easy. And I got here, started my journey. So let me talk about my first semester. My first semester, I was very scared. You know, you go into a new university, you're like, oh my God, what if I fail? Reseat is how much? I'm like so curious. I was so scared, honestly. And I studied really hard. I made really great friends who are still with me. And I studied hard, the grades were good, got into the school. And then I worked on projects as well. I was assisted by amazing lecturers. I'd like to mention their names because they've been really good to me. Dr. Navel, Dr. Siraj, Dr. Grace, thank you for the support. They helped me work on projects, which helped me to discover my interests. So I'm a cybersecurity enthusiast because of them and because I've worked really hard. Thank you. Okay, so I'd like to talk about my experience here. It has been rewarding, exciting, stressful as well. Please, let's not take that part out. Yes. So it has shaped me both academically, personally, made really good friends, and because of that, I have encouraged my brother to be here. So he's also in Academic City, and to me, that just shows how much of a family this has become to me. So I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Doreen Edwina O, and I'm going to level 400. So my journey started when I saw an ad of an alumni who was working on a robot. That really piqued my interest back then. Initially, I wrote the SAT to get admissions into MIT. But when that flopped, I felt discouraged and I decided to take a new path. I'll say that was a very defining moment for me because I learned that there is not only one straight defined path to a goal, there are a lot of paths to a goal. So when I saw the ad, I told my mom and dad about Academic City. I like this school, I want to get into this school. And they were surprised because Academic City at the time was a very new school, so not a lot of people knew about the school. But then I told them that this is the school, this is where I want to be because this is what the value they are offering their students. And I'll say, looking back, I don't regret that. I'm very grateful to be here. I applied for a scholarship, which by God's grace I got it, and that has funded my, thank you, that has funded my education here. And I'll say Academic City provides students with a lot of opportunities, resources. Currently I'm working on a startup, Cypher, a cybersecurity startup, and I'll say the school gave me a lot of platform opportunities to think big, connected me with mentors, lecturers who encouraged me, and that has built me a lot. So I'll say reflecting on my journey, it has been nothing short of thrilling, exciting, stressful, because very stressful. I remember spending late nights in the Makers Lab, working on projects with colleagues, and although it was tough, I had to lock in, grind, and that has been it's been fun, although it was hard. So I think Academic City is a very good school, and anyone who comes here and then leverages on the opportunities will do very well. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Emanuela Udia. I'm a final year computer science student. I'm also an intern at Old Mutual, Ghana, where I work as a software engineering intern. I also lead the Google developer groups here on campus. Reflecting on my journey here, I mean, everyone has said how they heard about the school. So I had heard about the school about 2 years before I eventually came here. And honestly, I don't remember too much how I heard about it. But I think I had seen the advert on the exercise book. We used to see a lot of that in Nigeria. I think that was how I first got to hear about the school. My journey here, as everyone has said, has been full of a lot of opportunities. I mean, I think that the opportunities here are a lot if you're willing to leverage on them. Doreen mentioned working on a startup. That's like one of many projects that are currently being done on campus. And with regards to the opportunities I also got an opportunity to attend a conference where I've also been able to showcase projects that I'm also working on. So I also work on a startup. It's called Smart Neldy. So it's a home automation system, essentially. So think Google Home or Alexa, but built for Africans. You know, I've also gotten opportunity to have a very strong network that I would have never thought that I would, you know, be presented with. I've worked on numerous projects that I'm very proud of. Sometimes I think about the things that I've done and I'm like, when did I even get time to do all these things? Sometimes I even forget that I've done it until I'm talking to someone about it or I'm applying for something. And then I remember that I've done this project, like when did I even have the opportunity to do it? For example, the home automation system I'm talking about, it was a random robotics club meeting one random Saturday morning. We just sat down and decided that we were going to all work on projects. And somehow that project has lived for over 2 years now. We're working on it. We've gotten opportunities for mentorship. We've gotten opportunities for funding and, you know, many other things. I've also gotten an opportunity to, I've attended hackathons, but now I'm being presented with the opportunity to host my own hackathon. And like, it's something that I'm very, thank you so much. It's something that I'm very proud of. The opportunity to not just learn, but also give people the opportunity to learn. You know, like when I look at my registration and I see people from KUST, from you know, different universities signing up to come for this hackathon. It's our first edition, but the turnout, it's not even September yet, but the turnout, I'm super proud of it, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity. I mean, the stress is also there, everyone has talked about it. You know, the stress is also there, everyone has talked about it. I'm also lucky to have good friends who I can work with. You know, we study together. Sometimes we stay in school till like the next morning. We're leaving school the next day when we have exams. It's nice. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much.
I think we can keep clapping, so I can grab my mic. Oh, the clap was short. I don't know. I think they need a lot of encouragement because, trust me, I wish I had an opportunity like this. I really wish I could go back and get to share my experience, get to share everything with parents, with my faculty, my lecturers, to sit in front of my lecturers to talk. No, I didn't get that. I'm excited for them, and thank you so much. You can now, have leave of us. I'm sure as parents, you keep wondering, is it safe? Is it safe? My kids are leaving me, they are going to school, they are going to a whole new environment. You may be wondering if they are safe and health-wise, if everything is covered. And that is why we have with us a representative from Glyco Insurance. He is here to tell us everything you need to know about your wards, safety, when you eventually enroll them here at Academic City University. With a round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Bernard Achu Ankuma Zanu, Head of Retail Business, Glyco Insurance. With a round of applause again. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for the opportunity, Mr. President and Dean. In our quest to raising future-ready leaders, we also want to take care of the health of the students. And so permit me just to walk you through the health insurance packages that we have for our students. For quite some time now, or some years now, we've been helping Academic City with the health needs of their students. And this partnership has also grown to the extent that we have some of the students as interns and national service personnel at our end. And so if you're here and you need any of such opportunities, our doors are opened. Glyco, I think more of the millennials will be able to relate with the brand, but the Gen Zs, I'm not too sure. We've all seen the Falling Man advert when we were growing, and so Glyco has been in existence for about 4 decades, and Glyco Healthcare is just one of the subsidiaries. And Glyco Healthcare has been here for the past 21 years. And also the first company after the enactment of the law in 2003 to start operating as a health insurance company. And currently these are some of the companies that we manage health insurance for, from Goil to Talo to Schlumberger and Societe Generale, and talking about MTN and Telecel, University of Ghana. And then we also have, can you move to the next slide? We also have Lancaster University as well also on board. And these are some of the awards that we've won. Even this year we've won the Brand of the Year award. And the reason you should choose Glyco Healthcare is we are so liquid and we will not jeopardize with the health of your children. And should you go to any of the hospitals today and check on insurance companies that pay claims promptly, they all point at Glyco Healthcare. And we also have over 750 hospitals across the length and breadth of the country where you would find pharmacies and then labs also in there. We have a mobile pharmacy system where we are able to bring drugs to your students here on campus. And so after consultation is done through our e-health, that's a telemedicine. After consultation is done, we send our drugs through a courier to you wherever you find yourself. Especially students of Academic City, we are able to do that for them. So let me just jump to the package. So for each semester, a student is paying $1,272. The premium you see there is the benefits of the package, and this covers GP consultation to specialist consultation in terms of labs and then imaging. This covers this just for 4 months, and so if you want this for 2 semesters, would have to double the premium, which is 1,272 times 2, which will give you 2,544. And we give prescribed drugs, not just generic drugs. And in terms of dental procedures and optical, in terms of eye examinations, we take care of that as well. And so in a nutshell, we provide health insurance for our future-ready graduates. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Bernard. And it's interesting how we have insurance for ACT students. That is special. We don't do regular over here. One of the things our students pride themselves with is the fact that they represent their schools highly. When you leave your senior high school, your high school, and you come to Academic City, it's a big deal, a very big deal. And that is why we have today Sir Raymond. Sir Raymond, please, are you here? Great. So Sir Raymond is coming all the way from Presec Legon to come and share something insightful. With a round of applause, Sir Raymond, join us on stage.
Thank you very much. My name is Raymond Amankwa, a teacher at Presec Legon and a housemaster for Engman House as well. I'm the CEO of Sere Consult. So if you have your phone here, go to TikTok, go to Facebook, go to YouTube, and just type Sere Consult. I will recommend Academic City for you as one of the best universities in Ghana, and you cannot compare them to any other school. Some of our students applied to Academic City and they were given presidential scholarship. Please clap for Academic City. One of my students, Francis O'Hara, in 2019, the mom will send him 10 Ghana cedis, sometimes maximum 20 Ghana cedis. And he was a student who was very close to me, who has been helping me to do these university applications. Then he applied to Academic City. I said, hey, O'Hara, can your mom afford? He said, Sere, God is in control. He applied in 2020. Although the WASI result was not out, he was given a conditional admission with a scholarship. He became one of their greatest brand ambassadors. Our head boy, who was a business student, Daniel Amano, also applied to Academic City. He also got presidential scholarship, and now he's making it big. Then one of the students, Cyril Faith, in 2020 was even looking for a boarding house, and we have to assist him. He came to me, I assisted him to apply to Academic City. 5 or 6 years down the line, this young boy who has grown now is now working with Apple. Please give a hand up to Academic City. I normally assist the student to apply to various universities. You see, now you have a lot of graduate unemployed students in the country because they are not skillful. They go in for some programs, sociology, Swahili, Spanish, and others. And when they are done, you see them at home. And their parents who have spent so much looking after them will now have to feed them again. Please, you will not regret if you enroll your child in Academic City. You will reap it in 100 folds. I'm here with one of my secretaries, by name Kathleen. She has completed UPSC, and through the work of Academic City, in fact, in 2020, they advised me. I came for a program, and I'll be able to get it to 10 people who work under me. Although I'm a teacher being paid by government, what I'm giving my workers is 3 times my salary. And all this is through the good effort of Academic City who opened my eyes. So my secretary or my new worker will talk about the reasons why you need to enroll your child. Please, if you don't have money, go and borrow. If you have any property, sell it. Because what you have built today, your son will do better, will even do more, and you'll be very happy. So, Kathleen, I'll give you the mic to talk about just 1 minute.
So my name is Caitlin Amwa. I just completed UPSC, and because due to time, I'll just talk about 2 reasons why you should enroll your ward into Academic City. On my way, I just saw the facilities. I just saw a lab, and I looked back and remembered my school, and I'm like, hey, we are missing. But here, just about how innovative and the way the students are able to learn. They are not limited to only theory, but then they are allowed to explore, have critical thinking, and use just real world scenarios to solve cases and learn. That broadens their mind and makes them and changes them into a lot of things. There's a lot of things that normal universities don't have, but then Academic City it's really good because it also, I heard one of the students talk about how they've been able to start up their own business, start up their own robotic clubs, and are leaders of projects in the school, and it's a very good and then encouraging thing. If you enroll your students in Academic City, they're going to be more exposed, and then they'll already have the experiences that we that are coming from like other universities don't have. This alone is enough for you to enroll your students in your ward into Academic City. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was speaking with a friend today, and he mentioned that ACT students will graduate, go into the working world, and people will think they're too knowing. It's just because they know too much. Yes, they know so much that sometimes, as a faculty assistant, I even panic. Let's give them another round of applause. We have heard from students, we have heard from high school staff that assist students in applying to universities like Academic City. Now it's time to hear from our alumni. And I'd like to welcome on stage William. Are you here? Good, let's give William a round of applause. He likes applause, so let's also welcome Levi. Now Levi was the only, no, let me save it, I'll let him say it himself. And then let's have Kofi Aninakwa. Sincere apologies, Kofi, please. Kindly introduce yourself again. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Levi Sudi, and as she said, as of now, I'm the only robotics engineer in Sub-Saharan Africa. So I would say ACT has just been great to me. Yeah, when I entered, I met Dr. Fred, and Dr. Fred was like, "Your boss has been saying nice things about you." I was like, "How did you know my boss? How did my boss come back here to come and tell you that I'm doing well?" That's actually because of the training they give to me here at Academic City. And you realize the people that started, they spoke about Robotics Club. Yeah, I was the president of Robotics Club. So, through those times, like being the president of the club and taking up projects and all those things, it helped me. So now when I went to the workplace, like everything was just cool. I went there as an intern because we've not officially started national service. And then they gave me like a department, like the innovations department. They were like, "Look, we want to start this and this and this and this. Start it, let's go, let's do it." And then I started doing it. So you realize that when I was in school, I was doing projects, I was working with people, I was managing a club and all those things. All those things, I went to meet them in real life, and it was easy for me to do. And that's the training that they give here. ACT is a great place. You have a family. I had to do projects with Dr. Fred himself. Like, imagine the vice, like the president of the school, and then you get to text him on WhatsApp. And then he's checking up on the projects and have meetings with him. Like, ACT is great. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for having me. Please, the name is Kofi Aninakwa. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. The last time I was here, I said I was a level 400 student. So how do I say it today? Okay. Kofi Aninakwa. I graduated last year from Academic City, and
when I was a student here, I'll talk about just 3 things. My first year and then my last 2 years. So first year, I entered as a 16-year-old boy, and I was as lost as you can be as a new student, right? Trying to figure out which social groups to join, which clubs to join, all of that. And I remember the admissions department being like the family from home, because I was 16, I was very young. And I remember I clung to them like, whatever you call it, I clung to them so much. I was always there. Like, oh, today I want to do this, today where do I get food, where everything. And they helped me really settle in, really settle in. Fast forward to level 300, nobody spoke about it. I'm going to talk about it. I became the president of the business club. Yes, business club was also here. It's not just engineering. We have a business department. And I worked hand in hand with my Prof Enoch sitting over here. Hi, Prof. And Prof Fred as well. It's true, you can text Prof Fred on WhatsApp and he'll reply you. It's very true. And I was also into SRC. I ended up becoming what to Ghana you say Speaker of Parliament. We had that by the General Assembly, called it the Chairman of the General Assembly. So I became the Chairman of the General Assembly alongside the President of the Business Club. And I remember my first week, someone passed the comment that we were able to me idea. Let me say it in English as well, that hey, can Kofi do this thing? Now, like 2 months into the role, they were like, Kofi was the right man for the job. And it was not because of Kofi per se. It was something that Academic City instills in all their students when you come, presentations. When you come, it's like, it's part of the curriculum. So even if you're a shy type, you don't like to talk in front of a crowd, you are always going to do it. Like my very first day I was a student here, I remember I was in math class. I sat right there. I don't forget. And I had a presentation that very day, first class. I was like, oh, madam, what is that? But they get you out of that comfort zone, you see. And now, look at me sitting so calm. If you saw me 4 years ago, I was not this calm. But like, then my legs shuffling, that was me. But now I'm more relaxed because you are always doing presentations all the time, and it gets you out of your space. Then working with the General Assembly and the Business Club as well, I thought I have to do it alone, right? But it's not true. The staff really help. I said I was working with Prof Enoch. I remember I walked to his office so many times. That Prof, the Business Club, we want to do this, we want to do that. And I went to Prof Fred as well for one event I wanted the club to have. And he said he was going to put his personal money in it. I was like, wow, you believe in a vision like that? Wow, do you remember? Yeah, he remembers. I was really impressed. So the staff really help. The students too are cool. You have every sector of students, right? So it's where your child finds themselves, really. I think I found a good group and I turned out right. Currently, I am done with national service as well, even though my colleagues are not yet done. And I'm working at CBL West Africa. So anywhere you see Munchie biscuits, remember this face. I'm part of the reason it's what of you. So yeah, I'm doing very well. And that was my first interview I had. So I didn't bounce from job to job to job to job to job to job to job. And I recall on the interview panel, 2 things he said. One of the managers, he said, your school allowed you to do all this while you were students? I was like, yes. He said, did it not affect your academics? And I was like, that thing parents say, I don't really think it's true. That focus on your academics, don't do other things. I think you can do everything if you really plan properly. And it's not like you are having a meeting during class hours, so you can do it. So I did it, and yeah, I have the job now, so go Academic City. Thank you very much.
Good evening, parents. Good evening, faculty, and every other student here. I'm William Ekenedi Lichukwanasiki. Me, I'll call out my resume. The very first international SRC president on campus. And I'd say from the very start, President Fred made me feel at home because other students have the story of, applying for scholarships. Some, they had to interview and all of that. Mine was different. Dr. Fred actually came himself over to my high school in Nigeria called Atlantic High School, the best school in high school in Nigeria. And undoubtedly so. I mean, the facts are there. And he interviewed me and gave me the scholarship. I had a lot of other offers, but I felt more at home, especially when I came here. It gives you the opportunity to have to learn how to adapt with people of different cultures, people from different areas of life and all those kind of things. Currently, I am a creative director. I would like to call myself a creative nomad because I do everything creative you can think about, but mostly the creative directing part. And I would say how Academic City contributed a lot to that journey was, if you go to the Media Lab and you ever have a whiff of William Anosike, just know that I spent multiple nights there. Multiple nights, several times I'd worry the marketing department for cameras, to have them overnight, to be able to push my dream, my passion. I did IT, but one thing you have to understand is that when you come to university, it's not necessarily what you do as a student that you'd actually end up getting the income from. Me, I make quite good big bread, and it's not from anything IT related. It was as a result of me leveraging, like the student said, me leveraging on the opportunities we have here on campus, the free Wi-Fi. We've had issues with that in the past, fast here, some days slow, but there's always room for improvement. And it's helped me a lot in my whole journey as a person, navigating life. And the last thing I'd say is Academic City did one major thing to me, which was my mindset. Coming in here, I was very confident. I was someone who could stand in front of a crowd, talk to everybody. But one thing I'd say that really stood out for me was changing that idea that when you come to school, you can just live life like every other teenager who does life. But then I saw it as I could create a path for myself and impact the world around me. And the story and the narrative continues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our highly distinguished alumni, you will now take your leave. It's very important we get to hear from the various faculties your students are going to encounter when you finally enroll them here. And so I would like to welcome representatives from the registry. Do you have anyone from registry here? Right. Kindly join us on stage. Let's welcome a rep from SCA. Finance, are you here? My favorite people on campus, hello. And TEC, do you have a rep from TEC? Right, thank you very much. You have 10 minutes, so divide the time among yourselves. And thank you. We'll do that. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'll make it very snappy. My name is Abby, and I represent the Students and Community Affairs Department. I'm the Dean. And as you can see, the students do a lot of work, but we try to support them outside the classroom as well. They talk about stress, they talk about projects, but we are intentional about giving the students a 360 development. So we have the Department of Students and Community Affairs, which handles 6 units, and I'll quickly run through them. So from the entrance, you realize that we have a clinic, and the clinic runs 24/7. It is manned by 2 physician assistants and a nurse. We're also responsible for the hostel, which is also manned by hostel coordinators 24/7. So once you bring your wards, you don't need to worry about their health, about being in the hostel at any time of the day or any time of the night. There's somebody always there that they can reach out to. And then we also have a counseling psychologist on campus. As you can hear, they're talking
about stress, but we are very intentional about supporting them. So we have a resident counseling psychologist on campus who supports the students as well. We are also very intentional about food vending on campus, so we are also responsible for ensuring that the food that is served on campus is healthy. They follow the FDA requirements and all the standards that they need to follow as well. Right from the first year, we are intentional about preparing your awards for the world of work. And as you can see, we have alumni, some of them have already gotten their jobs. So we have a career services department that runs career workshops, that helps them to get internships whilst they are here, help them to get national service postings whilst they are here, and also prepare them for the world of work. And then we also have a unit called the Student Engagement Unit that helps the clubs and the SRCs to have activities outside the classroom. So encourage your wards to join clubs. You heard about the robotics club, the Google development clubs. There are about 12 clubs on campus that your students can join. So I will leave it here. I'm around. If you have any questions about things that happen outside the classroom, we can have a chat. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. And I'm from the registry team. And here is a warm regards from Ms. Kukua, the registrar, who is absent from this gathering. And she says she's very pleased to have you all here. Okay, first of all, the registry. We are a member to all, both faculty, staff, and our students. But we are very particular about our students. We are very intentional about them. Over here at Academicity, every department is intentional about our students because we see them as our clients. And then with our programs, the engineering programs, arts, and then humanities, they are all packed. You have to do something for yourself. No department is less of the other. And so we ensure that in our scheduling, everything is maintained right, in your data processing, in all student requests, it's run by the registry. And it is just vain if our students pass out and we cannot support them to get to the necessary destination as in the world of work. So we work 24/7 to ensure that whether you are now coming, you are on campus or you are out, we're ensuring that we are giving you all the necessary support that you will need. And when I talk about requests, you're talking about processing of your transcripts, processing of your attestation letters, processing of all recommendation letters. We don't exaggerate, but we are a department that gets in touch with both the classroom and the student attitude, in that we are able to give you the attestation that is well deserving of you. And so when I say we don't exaggerate, that is what I mean. And Dr. Lucy is laughing. That is because at the registry we are committed to ensure that our integrity and our academic accuracy is rest assured. So this is not a registry that will just write anything for you. Then you will be surprised to know that elsewhere at other university campuses, it's very difficult for you to know who the registrar is. But at Academicity, we ensure that we have an open door policy. Thank you to Professor Fred. He's always been reading that, and we've learned it, we've absorbed it. So the registry is not too far from Academicity community. And so you can just walk in and cry on us. We've had instances when students come in, they're crying, I'm losing it, and I don't know what to do, I don't understand this lecture. We get out of our busy schedule and go to talk to the lecturers how we can help these students to get in touch with what is happening in the classroom. So if you are a parent here, you are wondering if this is the best place for you to be, I'd like to assure you on behalf of the registry team that this is the best place for you to be. We are excited to have you and work with you on this 4 years journey. We are more even excited to be replying your messages and your emails. To add to that, we've introduced a platform on our student management portal, which is called the Parent Portal. So please, if you are here as you are deciding to start the journey with us next month, please please encourage your wards to sign up for the student portal, and you, a parent, can just be home and access information about your child. Thank you very much. As I said, we are more than excited to have you come next 2 weeks.
Good evening. My name is Dauda Mustafa from the Technology and Entrepreneurship Center, TEC. Basically, we are at the department where the students bring their ideas to life in the form of tangible products. So TEC is equipped with state-of-the-art equipment such as 3D printers. We have the laser cutters. We also have electronics and then robotic kits. And then we have personnel who are well equipped in there. We don't really focus on the engineering students. Anyone with any idea can come to the center, tell us what you want to do. We have the resources, we have the people there, in terms of the staff and then other students who also work with us as interns over there. That's where we bring all the ideas in the students, whatever they want to do, we do that over there at TEC. That's what I can say for TEC. There's a lot going on there which we can explore.
Hello, good evening. My name is Daniel Vigraves Okran. I'm the finance manager of ACT, and this year is Gideon Jan, our account reserves officer. This evening, on behalf of the Director of Finance, Mr. Amit Kankani, we are here to introduce you to the Finance Department. We all know finance. So we are in charge of all your student billings and payment inquiries. Our office is open at 9 and we close at 4 to you guys. You can also reach us on email, or we are just a call away on 053-101-9707. Just give us a call. Whatever the issue is, we are always here to help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You see, I told you finance is my favorite department. Everyone came here 1, look at 2. Beautiful. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, this is the moment I have been waiting for. I don't know about you, but everything I do for God and for country. You know, and I remember, I want to tell you a story. You know, when I was in corporate America, back then, you know where I'm going to, right? Right. So it's an honor. It's a singular honor to be here today, speaking in front of you all, and most importantly, the president of Academic City University. With a round of applause, let's welcome Prof. Fred Makbagani to give us a presidential address.
Thank you. Well, if you think my mouth is yura, you heard another mouth yura, it's because it's my daughter. Good evening. Thank you all for making time to be here. I think my students have said everything that I wanted to say. The 3 young men that left here, sometimes I just look at them and I'm so much in awe, because I know exactly when they came here as boys. And you know, you all went to college. Those first few weeks, you are walking around like a headless chicken. You are scared, you are frightened, there's pressure from home, there's pressure from the classroom, and you are wondering if you are going to make it or not. Be rest assured, you are going to make it. It's all part of the growing up process. You know, when I was at the other school, I used to participate in what we call the exit strategy. And I had a presentation deck, and the first picture I would project was a woman with her eyes popping out of her skull. She was so frightened. And then I'll tell the graduating students that in your first job, if you don't feel this way, you are not going to be successful. Fear is a natural response to the growing up process.
you need to be activated. And then I also heard the student talk about stress and stress and stress. And you know, when my daughter was going to college, she came up to me and she said, Dad, what can you share with me about your college experience? And then I said, never tell yourself that you are stressed out. Tell yourself, I need to take a rest. Never tell yourself that this task is too difficult. Tell yourself this task is challenging. And on and on and on and on. Hopefully one day she will testify that it helped. But what I want to talk about here is our relationship with our students. You know, when you hand them over to us, you have expectations. I've had parents come to me, especially when we first started Academicity. You know, parents will come and say, you guys are a new school. You know, you don't have any track record. And then they'll go on and I said, yeah, we are young, we are like babies. But one day we'll grow up. But think about it from the other end. Wouldn't it be so exciting for your kids to look back and say, we were pioneers in building this institution? So yesterday I was at a conference and one of my students walked up to me. It's called Latif from Burkina Faso. And he said, you know, the friend that you brought to the lab the other time says he's going to sponsor our hackathon. And so this was my schoolmate from Virginia Tech. He was a PhD student when I was a master's student. And he went off to work for the US Army in robotics. And he came to Ghana to visit, and I was taking him on a tour, showing him everything we were doing here, which was quite impressive to him. And then he saw the students' project. And, you know, I walked away so that they could engage him. And then they said, we want to do a hackathon. And yesterday he came up to me and said, you remember your friend you brought to the lab? He says he's going to pay for it. So I'm saying this to say, look, we leverage every asset we have to make sure that our students are succeeding. We have students going to University of Dayton, which is my old school. We've had, I think, 2 or 3 cohorts have already gone to spend time there. And I remember when we started Academicity, parents would say, do you have exchange programs? And we didn't, because we had to start from somewhere. And I remember a parent, and I'm going to mention his name, Boachi Achampon. You see here today, he usually attends all our parent nights. So he comes to my office. My office was then in the container. There was nothing in this room. And so, you know, I was making my pitch. And for about an hour, he looked convinced, but he looked unsure, right? So he walked to the door, and I said, Mr. Boachi, he turned around. I said, you know, the only thing I can tell you is you can trust me with your son. That's all I can tell you. So he came back and he sat down, and then he said, can I make a phone call? And then he called another parent. He said, I just finished talking to the president. Before you send your award to that other school, you need to come and talk to him first. Well, that friend came, the daughter came, Mr. Boachi Champion's son came, graduated, and he's working on VR and AI projects, and the parents were so excited they brought another son. Now they are bringing their daughter, who just did some internship in Israel before the war started. So, you know, this is a journey. You've heard the testimonials, you've heard the relationships. I mean, in which university in Ghana is a student going to test the president or the vice chancellor at 12 midnight? You tell me where, you know, or I'm going to give you money to go work on your project. You know, we have a student who works for a startup company called Fortress. And a couple of years ago, he walks into my office. Actually, his story was how he got here. He showed up on this campus with a backpack and his transcript, and he said, I have come. I said, you've come to where? He said, to Academicity. Are you admitted? No. Have you applied? No. So how do you come? He said somebody gave him a flyer at the bus station somewhere in Belga, so he's come. Everything he had was in his backpack. Well, that young man graduated from Academic City on full scholarship and got a job with a startup company. Today, that startup company has 12 Academic City graduates. Now, what is quite interesting about this particular company is that one of the students that works there now came here to do computer science, actually computer engineering. And as usual, they say you don't have elective math, which is what the government wants you to have, which I don't think you need. It's just a barrier we just throw in there to prevent kids from living up to their fullest expectations, you know. So he ended up doing IT, and I kept telling him, you don't have to worry about the course that you are taking. Just focus on what you really want to do with it. He was part of the robotics club here, and he's now the system integrations guy that is doing computer engineering work at the startup company. So it's not about what you do, it's how well you do it that is important. And we are interested in how these kids are faring while they are here and where they go from here. This weekend, one of my students from my previous life came to my house with his Ethiopian girlfriend. He said, Dr. Ford, finally I want to come and introduce somebody to you. You know, and then we started chatting, and he said, we are doing a startup. Can you be our board chair? So we don't throw these kids away, and that's the beauty of having such a small place to be. We get to know everybody. I mean, my greatest panic is as the numbers go up, I don't get the same touch that I used to have. You know, sometimes I see a student in the hallway and I said, how long have you been here? You know, they say, this is my last year. And I said, I don't know, and I don't know you. And they say, yeah, I'm in IT or computer science. I say, okay, I don't touch too much in that direction. But as we get bigger, that is my biggest fear, you know. Otherwise, there were times that I used to walk in the hallway and I say, Mary, go. And this young lady told me, and she was just happy, you know my name, you know my name. And I said, I know the names of everybody in your class. You know, so parents, this is the time that you make decisions, right? For your wards, you are looking into the future, you are wondering whether they are in the right place or not, whether you are making the right decision. I'll tell you, when I did my undergrad, I left St. Augustine's College at the time. They had 4,000 students. I ended up in the cornfields of Ohio in a school that was so tiny. There were only 2,000 students. And I kept saying, what am I doing here? How did I end up here? Whose idea was this? You know, and I used to say, look, I actually feel like I'm an MIT student. Well, 20 years later, I went to MIT. So, small beginnings can be great beginnings. I never give up, and I'm sure when your kids come, we'll share the same experiences and insights with them. You know, most of the time, people think that Academic City is my property. I don't owe anything in Academic City. My niece just said, I do stuff and I say for God and country, and that is true. It's for God and country. If it was for a lot of money, on the other side of the pond, it was better. It was easier. It was less stressful. You know, so, you know, I don't know what else to say. I've been doing this for 7 years now, and I've seen the transformation. I've seen the positive transformation. I've seen students, you know, the young man from Presec mentioned Faith going off to Apple. You know, Faith came here with 2 other students from Presec. And all 3 of them got scholarships to come to Academic City. Faith came, the other 2 went to the other school. Now, 2 years later, one got a scholarship to go to Princeton, the other one got a scholarship to go to Dartmouth, and they all left. Now, they finish university next year, 2026. Faith finished last year, and he's already a manager trainee at Apple. It doesn't matter where you are. If you do it right, your blessings will find you. Thank you.
if you do it right, your blessings will find you. Thank you very much, Prof. Now it's time to hear from our departments. And I would like to invite, first and foremost, Prof. Enoch Opoku Antwi from the Business and Communication Arts. He will take us through what the program entails. A round of applause. Let's welcome Prof. Enoch Antwi.
You are recording me. So we are business. Business permeates everywhere. You can be an engineer in IT, wherever field you find yourself, you need a business acumen to do it right. And our business department, so we have a faculty for business entrepreneurship and then communication arts. But I'm going to talk about business now. And we have two different for the communication arts, but I'm going to talk about business. We have 5 areas of specialization. So we have entrepreneurship, and then we have banking and finance. We are trying to add technology to it, because we do things in a very peculiar way. We are thinking about forensic, adding that one to human resources. So we have human resource major as well. We have banking and finance. So we have 5 areas that we specialize in business. And our business is not just going to business school, learning about everything, and then you have a certificate going around, apply for about 1,000 jobs, and none of them will call you. For us, learning is for creation. It is not for consumption. So we have a lot of hands-on and evidence-based the way we teach our students. Our faculties are very friendly. Students do projects. We have a lab that students go and then do a lot of practical things and then create some things. We work with different organizations and institutions where they have even sent proposals that they want students to be part of solving their internal problems. So what it means is that, let's say Ghana Commercial Bank sends a proposal to us that they have unique problems that they want our students to do research on. So when the students do research to solve their problems, then immediately they finish, they hire them. And what I've seen for the past 3 years that I've been in Academic City, by the time our business students are finishing, they already have a job. He talked about Mano, and I was there when Mano was being interviewed for his job. So we have that kind of relationship with our students. We just don't let them come in and then go into the world looking for jobs, but we guide them. We write references for them. I've written a lot of references, the president, the vice president, they write a lot of references for our students. So what I will tell you is that we are not just a business school. We are doing business, being intentional in making sure that our students are on top of all other business students. I remember recently there was a business ethical competition organized by the Ghana Institute of Bankers, and we won it in the whole country. A 7-year university winning national awards. We've been to the semi-finals of a couple of the business competitions, and very soon we are going to be on top of everything. So we are not just training our business students, but those who are ethical and can change their world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Antwi. I would liken Academic City to Liverpool. You never walk alone, right? I'd like to welcome, I'd like to welcome Sir Julius to take us through informatics. With a round of applause.
Good evening. Julius Amegaji is my name.
That's your corporate
So I'm a lecturer in the Faculty of Computational Sciences, which is headed by the Dean, Dr. Navel, and then we have Dr. Grace as well, who heads the Computer Science Department. So in the Faculty of Computational Sciences, there are two departments. One, the Department of Information Technology, where the program Information Technology resides. And then the second department is the Department of Computer Science, where the Computer Science program and the Artificial Intelligence program resides. So basically, we have three programs in the Faculty of Computational Sciences. We touch on various courses from programming languages, about 4 or 5 programming languages, which your children or your wards will do. And then we go to, there are courses like cybersecurity, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning are some of the courses which most of the students, whether you're an IT student, computer science student, or AI student, you will do. I always tell my students the first time I meet them in class that there are 3 things I believe you come to Academic City to do. These students who have spoken, I believe, have done that, and I believe your wards, when they come to Academic City, will do as well. What are these 3 things? 1, to learn. 2, is still to learn. And 3 is still to learn. Surprised? Please don't be. So let me explain quickly. I believe the first learning is going to be about the environment in which they are, interacting with all the people they will interact with, from faculty to presidents to their peers. Secondly, I believe the learning process is going to be how do they leverage this environment to their advantage, just like the students have said. And the third learning they are going to do is about themselves, discovering who they are and be the best version of themselves. So we are looking forward to you bringing your children here, and we hopefully will give them all the support they need. We are not just lecturers to them, but sometimes we have to become friends to them to be able to navigate the challenges they face. So please rest assured that we will do our best, and please trust us with your children or your wards or your young adults. Let me put it that way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Julius. I know you have a lot of questions. There is a lot you would like to ask. You need clarification on a lot of things. We will have a breakout session, and there you will get to ask all the questions you would like to ask. ACT. 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 Educating future-ready leaders. Now from the engineering faculty, help me welcome on stage Mr. Michael Mensah to take us through what we do and what we have to offer you.
All right, thank you very much for the opportunity. Good evening. All right, so my name is Michael Mensah. I'm a coordinator of Electrical and Electronic Department. My dean is here, Paul Samuko. So our students came here, they were talking about the various opportunities that the Academic City offered them. So it's not only our students that get the opportunity of getting those chances. I want to ask, why is my dean not doing this presentation? But the coordinator is the one showing this. It tells you that at Academic City, opportunities are given to everyone, irrespective of your background. So my dean is right here, is a former director. Okay. He's a former director, well known everywhere, but he gave me the opportunity. So that's the same opportunity that we also get when you get opportunity to come to Academic City. So be rest assured that your words will lack nothing, and when you get the opportunity to come here. Thank you. So at Academic City, and most of you here, most people out there thought Academic City is just for engineering programs. We have other departments as it head. But when it comes to Academic City, the flagship program that we want to talk about is our engineering programs. Yes, So, yes. And also, I'm not the head of the department. I'm head of the departments are here, and I'm talking for them. So it tells you the opportunity, right? Okay. So we have 3 main departments in the Faculty of Engineering. We have the youngest, I'll start with the youngest, which is biomedical. The HOD is here, Dr. Rossi. Please give them a wave. They like to see you. Okay. All right, so here is the biomedical engineering department. We also have the mechanical department. Under this department, we have 2 main programs. That's mechanical engineering and industrial and systems engineering. Dr. Ipo will carry the HOD for mechanical engineering. Then the third one is the electrical and electronics department. Under this department, we have electronics, we have electrical and electronics engineering, we have computer engineering, and then we have the robotics engineering. So Levi was here. I call him the robotic engineer. The program is robotics, but he was the only student, so he cannot have the S, so he's a robotic engineer. Yeah, so we are the first to graduate from that program. So under engineering, we do a lot. Our program is different from other institutions, as can be testified by many who go to our program. We focus mostly on the experiential. Whatever that is done in class, you have to see it practically. So we have videos, we lecture. After that, what else we do is that we need to solve a societal program. So one of our flagship programs now is converting the plastic bottles into a filament for 3D printing. We know that we have to buy those filaments, but what do? We try to convert them. So during the summer, that's one of our major programs that we did, convert the plastic bottles to filament. We use this filament to print robotic kits that eventually will be distributed to schools across the country, so that other schools will have the opportunity to learn about robotic program. So that's just one of the few programs that I can talk about. But the rest I show you, so we're talking about projects. We do a lot of projects, giving us the opportunity to do a lot of presentation right from the get-go. From very first year, we engage them in a lot of presentations. So by the time they graduate, they are fully fledged individuals. So thank you for the opportunity, and I hope to see your kids at Academic City. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael Mensah. And I'd like to chip in. We had a very exciting program here where we got to spend 2 full weeks with students from senior high schools. And it was an opportunity for them to experience a university life. They got to understudy some of the programs they would study here if they finally, got enrolled into Academic City University. It's called the Launchpad, and you should expect us next year. So if you have wards in senior high school, I think it's a good chance for them to join us here as well. My round of applause for me. So we have done a lot of talking. We keep saying we have this, we have that, we have this, we have that. I know you want to see. You want to see what we are telling you we have. And so we would move on to the breakout session. For parents or wards who are interested in engineering, we have a place for you. For those interested in business and communication, as Prof. Entry mentioned, we have a place for you as well. And for the informatics, we have a place for you. Are we ready? Okay. So if you are interested in engineering, we will host you in our well-equipped, state-of-the-art engineering workshop and fluid and thermal lab. So meet Pius to my left or right? To my left, thank you, Social. To my left is Pius. So if you are interested in engineering, please see him, and he will walk you through some of the faculties and facilities we have, yes. For Business and Communication Arts faculty, you kindly see Jemima. So Jemima is at the back, lady in the light blue shirt, yes. She would take you through. So most especially the TEC Center, you would be amazed the things you would see there. And for informatics faculty, if you are interested in informatics and business, you'll be hosted in the computer lab too. Jacqueline on my right will take you through. Please, are we together? Should I run through? Should I go through again? So if you are interested in engineering, see Pius on my left. If you are interested in informatics, Jacqueline on my right. And if you want to see more of business and communication arts, Jemima is at the back in the light blue shirt. Thank you. So please, let's rise, and they'll direct us to see the places.
So if mechanical and materials engineering is the godfather of engineering, then industrial and systems is the godmother. My name is Fred McBaganley. I'm the president of Academic City University College. Today I'd like to introduce to you a very interesting topic that is close and dear, not just to me, but to our national development efforts.
So, if you have any questions to ask, when you go, our deans will be there, and you can engage them and ask them more questions about the faculty or department you are interested in. Thank you.
Of industrial and systems engineering. Often these are the men and women in the shadows that we don't see too much of. I call them the invisible hands in the shadows and the invincible hands in the open. There's no any other field of engineering that brings reality home to us but industrial and systems engineering. In these times of global uncertainty, shortages, hikes in prices, it is this invincible
At Academic City, we are not just students. We are problem solvers, innovators, and future-ready leaders. We power the future and create groundbreaking technologies ready to tackle real-world challenges head-on. In a world driven by technology, we shape the digital landscape, transforming challenges into opportunities. At the core of strategic thinking and decision-making, we thrive in the dynamic realm of commerce. We evolve into leaders who not only speak, but stand for what's right, forging narratives and stirring the conscience of the world. Embark on a journey with us, where innovation meets education. Academic City, educating future-ready leaders. At Academic City, we are not just students. We are problem solvers, innovators, and future-ready leaders. We power the future and create groundbreaking technologies ready to tackle real-world challenges head-on. In a world driven by technology, we shape the digital landscape, transforming challenges into opportunities. At the core of strategic thinking and decision-making, we thrive in the dynamic realm of commerce. We evolve into leaders who not only speak, but stand for what's right, forging narratives and stirring the conscience of the world. Embark on a journey with us, where innovation meets education. Academic City, educating future-ready leaders.